and 30 and 31. So video also will be provided to you, recording, not video, recording will be provided to you. Okay, right. First six classes maybe the management will provide recordings to you, right? Not all recordings, first 6 recordings, even today up to Wednesday they can provide to you. Okay, right. So meanwhile, in a 5-10 minutes, let me repeat what has been happened on day 1, day 2, day 3. Where I stopped it, from there I'll continue it. I thought of uploading one document in Google Classroom, I not uploaded. So today I'll give the clarity to you what has been happened. Okay, right. See there. I made one statement when I was starting advanced Java to you. Anyway, the statement is nothing but advanced Java means simply you can say application development. Advanced Java means application development. Simply you can say in other way, what are the components? Simply you can say whatever you learned from core Java, you can apply in advanced Java. Whatever you learned in core Java, you can apply in advanced Java. So advanced Java is a applicative area where you can find applications. Sir, what is application? Means set of programs collected together to perform one defined action. We call it as application. Sir, what kind of application development is available in advanced Java? Means web application development is available here. We are going to train the student about web application development. Sir, web application means what, sir? The application running in or executing in internet environment or web environment. We call it as web application or internet application. To develop this web application or internet application, what are the minimum requirements? Means I said from advanced Java, we are going to use 3 technologies. One is JDBC, one is Servlet, one is JSP to construct web applications. And these 3 are 3 units for us. In advanced Java, how many units are there? Means 3 units will be there. JDBC, Servlet and JSP. All the batches will come in the same order. I will execute the batches in the same order. I'll start with JDBC only. I never start with the Servlet. My batches, I never start with the Servlet. Always I'll start with JDBC, then Servlet, then JSP. In this also I am going to start with JDBC. So today I am planning some practical point today. Anyway, I am going to start with JDBC here also. How these 3 are available to me? Means I presented one small diagram to you on that day. So let me show that for 5 minutes as a revision indirectly. Like this. These 3 are available in these 3 formats now. Web browser, web application and database. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. 3-tier architecture you can say. Tier 1 is web browser input. Tier 2 is our web application. Tier 3 is database. These 3 are available. In the process of constructing web applications, 3 are available here anyway. One is Servlet, one is JSP, one is JDBC. So if we observe the diagram, small information is available in the diagram. JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. Using JDBC, our Java programs will communicate with database product. The information. So I am going to train you as unit number 1. I am going to start today, right? Practical. So in that process, our normal Java program, what you practiced from your core Java, the normal Java program, what you practiced from your core Java, we are going to establish communication. The Java program will link to database product. In that process, student may know database, may not know database. Two students will be available to me, I know. So there are two students to me here now. Sir, some students knows some database, maybe Oracle or MySQL, but maximum students will be from Oracle. We know that because our management starts more Oracle batches when compared to MySQL. Only the real-time people or any other projects done in your graduation study somewhere, MySQL will be available to you. So maximum 90% of the students will learn Oracle. So our default nodes will be on Oracle database interaction. It's a theory. Okay, right. Our major target of unit number 1 is nothing but our Java program, what we are writing, should communicate with your database product. It's a major target. Sir, I know DB, I don't know DB. If anybody knows database, well and good. If anybody don't know the database, you have to read my notes. Whenever I am creating a table, you have to see the syntax from my notes. You must follow that syntax and you have to practice by creating more number of tables. I'll give one example. You must take 1 or 2 examples. And while you are doing practical, go to the lab and sit there for 1 hour and do it. Any error is coming, some programmer will come and support it so that you can practice creation. I'll give the notes for inserting data, retrieving data, updating data, deleting data. Like this 5 queries, I'll train it. So using that 5 queries, you practice 1 or 2 days automatically. That knowledge is enough to sit in this advanced Java batch, where through Java program, we are going to do the work. After that, find your time and go to Oracle batch. So there will be more syllabus will be there. The teacher will do that work. So minimum knowledge, I will train it. That's the information to all. So because one of your friend asked me, need not worry, I said, because I only will show creating table, inserting data, retrieving data, updating data, deleting data. I will train procedure and function also to you. Part of course curriculum, PLSQL. I only will train some part, not like I am not expert trainer in Oracle, no. So some part what is related to me, I'll train it. So major problem is installation. We know that every batch will face that problem with the student, installation process. Why means student psychology is, if the Oracle not working, they'll download one more and they'll install once again. They'll try to uninstall it. Again they'll do one more, third time. They'll try to uninstall. That work you must not do actually. Oracle is bit danger. If you uninstall it, also the files will not go, the service files will not go. Because it creates more problems. Because I made one statement in the last class also. Who already done the registrations, fine. Who not done, you don't do it until I give information, I said to you. The reason behind that only. Because if we install more than one, replicative copies will be created there. That creates a much problem for us when interacting with the Java program. So I am planning to share the document, but if I share the document, only core Java students will get it. So remaining students, how to share it, I am planning it. Correct. Remaining core Java students who are sitting here, already I am maintaining Google Classrooms, I can upload the notes there. Notes means not notes. Only Oracle document and separate Google Classroom is coming tomorrow. For a separate Google Classroom is coming and our management will add it. So automatically we can share the notes, that is a different issue. But first document today it should be shared. I'll plan it how to share it. Okay, right. Finally, unit number 1 is Java program trying to communicate with DB product. If you don't know database product also, installations, I'm taking the support of your some programmers to support you, complete that installation process. Beyond that, how to interact with, I'm going to train with applications, part of this classroom. That is unit number 1. In unit number 2, servlet programming. To reach this servlet programming, we had almost 15 days time will be there for us. 15 to almost 18 days time, 18 sessions needed for us. roughly 20 sessions needed to reach that servlet. So almost 20 sessions are available in between. In that, after the 20 sessions only your servlet programming will come inside. When the servlet program comes, the level of coding will be increased because server will come, HTML form also will come. Sir, I am also not attending any HTML batch when you come to servlet program also. There also minimum training will be done by this advanced Java trainer. Minimum training will be done. After that, find your time and you must go with UI also. So like this. So first priority must give with Java module, part of full stack Java developer course. First priority Java module means Java programming module must be the highest priority. Because of this reason, our batches will come bit rare. So like Oracle batch, every week advanced Java will not come. Every week HTML, CSS will not come. Advanced Java rare will come. So I will come, if not Natras sir will come, if not any other one faculty is available, he will come. So in the rotation base it may come, right? That will take a time, gap will come, 1 month gap may come. So in that 1 month back and gap, and maybe the full stack Java developer duration may be increased. Because of this reason, who not completed core Java also I called it. So that 1 week the complication will be there. After the 1 week you can understand what is happening. So unit number 2 is servlet. Servlet means Java program running in server environment. We call it as server program or servlet program. The duty of servlet program is taking the request from the user through web browser, that only request arrow. Servlet program will take the request from the user through web browser, and the servlet is known as controller. So controller means the servlet only controls the remaining two, JDBC and JSP. That's a component. So JSP stands for Java server page, which is the response from your web application, and the diagram is our output end. Means our course will come out of this MVC, and not complete MVC because beans are not drawn there, but overall layout and structure, that only, that is the output of our course. So everybody must be in position to write your own programs in that same format. Maybe after 20 days servlet will come. Again it takes 25 days for servlet, means almost after 40 to 50 days, 50 sessions, you must be in position to write your own project using this structure. It's a theory. Okay, right. After showing that information to you, what is JDBC, what is servlet and so on, I given information and I started the syllabus indirectly. Whenever we want to work with database product comes under storage category. I want to know how many storages are available. Then I started. There are 4 storages related to Java application. One is field storage, one is object storage, one is file storage, one is database. The memory which is generated to hold single data value, we call it as a field storage. In what situation field storages will come? Means as a code writer, if we use primitive data types like byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean, if you use these 8 types in your application, they generate field storages. Sir, what is this object storage? The memory generated to hold group members. The object generated to hold group members, we call it as a object storage. In what situation object storage will come? When we use non-primitive data types like class, interface, array and enum. You cannot see array and enum in advanced. You cannot see array and enum in advanced. You can see class and interface only. You can see that array modified as a collection. You know that already. Collection modified as a map in real-time market. So that collection and map will come to servlet programming. In JDBC they will not come. In one location the collection framework vector will come here. Only one class will come vector here. Remaining all they will not enter here. Only class and interface. Sir, I not covered class here. Any problem means for 1 week, no issue, no problem. Before servlet programming, no problem. If you don't know interface also, frankly I'm speaking and nothing hide to here, right? So in the servlet program only you must know interface. Here also interface word is there, no problem. But we use a term interface, but you can manage it because interface will have object or not object. I'll give in the notes to you. That is a different issue. But who not cover interface also, you can come, no problem. You must have a knowledge about variable and methods with the classes. You can start it with JDBC code. So in that process, objects are coming from classes, interfaces, arrays, and enums. So these four are non-primitive data types. Whenever we use these non-primitive data types, object storages will come. So somebody asked, sir, java.lang.object type is there. Somebody asked, java.lang.object is a class. It comes under class category. Somebody asked, sir, string type is there. Java.lang.string is a class. It comes under class category. No need write string type is there. Object type is there. No need write. So they are all examples of classes. Whenever you write class, all are classes. Wrapper classes, string classes, string buffer class, string builder class. They are all classes only. Java.lang.object is a class. They all comes under class categories. No need to write them as a types. You can write class types. So finally, you had two storages. One is a field storage, one is object storage. Field means single value, object means group value. The field storages and object storages generated part of our Java application will be destroyed automatically when JVM shutdowns. When JVM shutdowns. So because the field storages, object storages created part of your JVM only while application is running. Already we know that Java virtual machine will be shut down when the execution completed. When it shut down, automatically field storage, object storages will be destroyed. Somewhere on demand, our application needs permanent storage. Whenever you want permanent storage, you have to take the support of file storage or database storage. That's the information. So if it is a file storage, what it is? A small permanent storage of a computer system which is controlled and managed by the operating system. We call it as a file storage. That's the information given to you. So here also I presented one small diagram for you in the notes like this. Somewhere I drawn it like this. When we want to establish one communication between Java program and file storage, our Java program must be constructed using classes and interfaces available from java.io package known as file API. Then only our Java program interacts with the file storage. That is the information through the diagram. But file storages are not preferable for web applications and enterprise applications because file storages will have their own disadvantages. They are nothing but data redundancy will be there, data inconsistency will be there, difficulty in accessing data will be there, limited data sharing will be there. There are many other problems. I highlighted 4 problems to you. Somewhere I used the term API. So I introduced the API. What does that API mean? So API stands for Application Programming Interface anyway. Nothing but collection of classes and interfaces. According to programmer, Java programmer, you can say API means one package simply. What are the packages I am going to use in advanced Java highlighted here? Whenever I say JDBC API, database related package. Whenever I say Servlet API, it is a Servlet programming package. JSP API means JSP related package. In the unit number 1, I am going to work with the JDBC API. That's a theory. So finally, because of disadvantages, we are not using file storage as a major storage of your web applications. So the disadvantages of file storage can be overcome by using your databases. There we stopped it anyway. So I made a statement, the largest permanent storage which is installed into computer system from externally is known as database storage. How many of you installed your database? Raise your hands. Any database? Very few. Right, okay. Anybody tried and failed? Raise your hands. Anybody tried and failed? Okay. Now the largest permanent storage which is installed into computer system from externally is known as database storage. Clear, right? I'll share the document in Google Classroom of Core Java, maybe 9 AM, 4 AM, what I am running present. Okay, right? I'll upload there. If any of your friends is there, you can share the document among yourself who are in the offline. Right? Okay. Online people, management will send it because the data will be recorded automatically from the offline students. Right? Anyway. Now, whenever I want to establish one communication, I draw one diagram to you here like this. See there. This is a diagram I drawn on 31st to you. What is the information I am trying to provide through this diagram now? So the Oracle database is coming from externally. It is not part of your computer system. We are downloading and installing from externally. When my Java application or Java program trying to communicate with the database product, the Java program must be constructed using classes and